Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Qasim Ali, Senior Subject Specialist Chemistry at Regional Public School and Inter College Sahiwal. Dear students, I welcome you in online classes at DPS and Inter College Sahiwal. Let's start our today's lesson.
Today we will discuss chapter number 3, gases, lecture number 4, and the topic we will discuss general gas equation. Before discussing general gas equation, learning objectives of today's topic are concept of temperature scales and their interconversion, derivation of ideal gas equation, applications of ideal gas equation, scales of thermometry. Let's define scales which are used for the determination of temperature of a substance are called scales of thermometry. Main scales of thermometry: Celsius or centigrade scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin scale or absolute scale of temperature. Let's define turn by turn. First, Celsius or centigrade scale. Define: in this scale, the freezing point of water at 1 atmospheric pressure is 0 degree centigrade and boiling point is 100 degree centigrade. Space between two marks of temperature is equally divided into 100 equal parts. Each part is equal to 1 degree. Secondly, Fahrenheit scale. Definition of Fahrenheit scale is the melting point of ice at 1 atmospheric pressure has a mark 32 Fahrenheit and that of boiling point of water is 212 Fahrenheit. The space between these temperature marks is divided into 180 equal parts and each part is 1 Fahrenheit. Third scale, absolute or Kelvin scale of temperature. Definition: the melting point of ice at 1 atmospheric pressure is 273 Kelvin. The water boils at 373 Kelvin or more precisely at 373.16 Kelvin. Temperature on Kelvin scale is equal to temperature in Celsius plus 273.16. Relationship between various temperature scales. Following relationships help us to understand the interconversion of various scales of temperature. These are the formulas which were used to convert one temperature scale into another temperature scale. If we convert Celsius into Kelvin, then we have to add 273.16. Secondly, if we have temperature in Fahrenheit and we have to convert it into Celsius, then we have to subtract 32 from Fahrenheit and then multiply it with 5/9. Third one, if we have temperature in Celsius and we have to convert it into Fahrenheit, then first of all we multiply it with 9/5 and then add 32 in it. Examples. First one, if we have temperature in 27 degrees centigrade and to convert it into Kelvin, formula to convert temperature from Celsius to Kelvin, that is equal to Celsius plus 273. We have temperature in Celsius, that is 27. By putting the value of temperature in Celsius, 27 plus 273, that is equal to 300 Kelvin. Secondly, convert 30 degree into Fahrenheit. We have formula to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit, that is equal to 9/5 Celsius plus 32. By putting the value of Celsius in this formula, 9/5 into 30 plus 32. By calculating the value 54 plus 32, that is equal to 86 Fahrenheit. Here is the comparison of these three temperature scales. We can see here, first one is Kelvin, secondly Celsius, and third one is Fahrenheit. In Kelvin scale, the freezing point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin, and in Celsius it is 0 degree, and in Fahrenheit it is 32 Fahrenheit. And the boiling point of water in Kelvin scale is 373.15 Kelvin, and the boiling point of water in Celsius scale is 100 degree, and the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit scale is 212 Fahrenheit. इस कंपैरिजन से हमें क्लियर हो जाता है कि टेम्परेचर केल्विन में, सेल्सियस में और फारेनहाइट में, द स्पेस बिटवीन 273 Kelvin and 373.15 Kelvin is divided into 100 equal parts, and each part is called 1 Kelvin. Similarly, the space between freezing point of water, that is 0 degree, and boiling point of water 100 degree centigrade is divided into 100 equal parts, and each part is called as 1 Celsius. In case of Fahrenheit, where the freezing point of water is 32 Fahrenheit and boiling point is 212 Fahrenheit, the space between these two temperatures divided into 180 equal parts, and each part is called as Fahrenheit. General gas equation are also called as ideal gas equation or ideal gas law. It is actually the combination of three gas laws. Out of these three, two we have already learned in the previous lesson, that is Boyle's law and Charles law. Third one, Avogadro's law, will be discussed in the next lesson. First one, according to Boyle's law, volume of the given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure applied to the gases at constant temperature and number of moles. Mathematically, it can be written as volume is inversely proportional to pressure when number of moles and temperature are held constant. Secondly, Charles law. According to Charles law, volume of the given mass of a gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature when pressure and number of moles are taken as constant. Mathematically, it can be written as volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature when number of moles and pressure are held constant. Third one is called as Avogadro's law. According to law, volume of the given mass of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas. Second definition, equal volume of the gases contains equal number of molecules at STP. If we have 1 mole of gas, then it contains Avogadro's number of particles and its volume is also fixed, that is 22.414 decimeter cube. Volume of the given mass of a gas at constant temperature and pressure is directly proportional to the number of moles. Mathematically, it can be written as volume is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas when pressure and temperature are held constant. Derivation: by combining these 3 gas laws, we can write it in mathematical form, that is volume is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas, directly proportional to temperature of the gas, and volume is inversely proportional to pressure applied to the gases. Here proportionality is replaced by the constant, so multiply it with the constant. Volume is equal to constant into number of moles, temperature over pressure. The constant suggested is R, which is called general gas constant. Here we place the value of constant, that is R. V is equal to R N T over E. Rearrange the equation. PV is equal to nRT. This equation is called an ideal gas equation. It is also known as general gas equation. This equation shows that if we have any quantity of an ideal gas, then the product of this pressure and volume is equal to the product of number of moles, general gas constant, and absolute temperature. This equation is reduced to Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Avogadro's law when appropriate variables are held constant. According to equation, PV is equal to nRT. When T and N are held constant, that is the temperature and number of moles are taken as constant, then PV is equal to K, which is the statement of Boyle's law. V is equal to R and T over P. When P and N are held constant, then it will be equal to V is equal to KT, which is the statement of Charles' law. V is equal to R and T over P. When P and T are held constant, that is pressure and temperature are taken as constant, then volume is equal to Kn, which is the statement of Avogadro's law. For 1 mole of a gas, the general gas equation, that is N is equal to 1. Equation becomes equal to PV is equal to RT. And R becomes equal to PV over T. It means that ratio of PV to T is a constant quantity, that is the molar gas constant. If we have two different conditions of a gas, then P1 V1 over T1 is equal to R, and for second condition P2 V2 over T2 is equal to R. Therefore, by combining these two equations, P1 V1 over T1 is equal to P2 V2 over T2. It is the another form of general gas equation. Density of an ideal gas. We can calculate the density of an ideal gas by using ideal gas equation. For calculating the density of an ideal gas, we substitute the value of number of moles of the gas in terms of the mass and the molar mass of the gas. We have already learned about the mole in chapter number 1. Number of moles is equal to mass over molar mass, that is N is equal to small m, which represents the mass of the gas, over capital M, which represent the molar mass of a gas. If we substitute the value of N in general gas equation, then the equation becomes PV is equal to small m over capital M into RT. By rearranging the equation, Pm is equal to M over V RT. We know that density is equal to M over V, that is density is mass per unit volume. If we replace the value of density in this equation, then the equation becomes Pm is equal to dRT. Then to calculate the value of D becomes equal to Pm over RT. That is the equation. D is equal to Pm over RT. Hence, the density of an ideal gas is directly proportional to its molar mass. Greater the pressure on the gas, closer will be the molecules and greater the density. Higher temperature makes the gases to expand, hence density falls with the increase in temperature. From this equation, we can see that density is directly proportional to pressure of the gas, and density of the gas is directly proportional to molar mass of the gas. Density of the gas is inversely proportional to temperature of the gas. If we increase the pressure of the gas, then the density increases, and if molar mass increases, density increases. If we increase the temperature of the gas, then density decreases, because density is inversely proportional to temperature in this equation. Now we calculate the ideal gas constant R. The values and units of R can be calculated by Avogadro's principle very easily. Its value depends upon the units chosen for pressure, volume and temperature. The volume of 1 mole of an ideal gas at STP, that is 1 atmospheric pressure and 273.16 Kelvin is 22.414 decimeter cube. Putting these values in the general gas equation will give the value of R. Here the equation PV over NT is equal to R. Putting their values along with units, R is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure into 22.414 decimeter cube over 1 mole into 273 Kelvin. Here the value of pressure is 1 atmosphere and the value of volume is 22.414 decimeter cube, and the number of moles of the gas is 1 mole and the temperature of the gas is 273 Kelvin. By calculating this value, the value of R becomes equal to 0.0821 decimeter cube atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. The physical meanings of this value is that if we have 1 mole of an ideal gas at 273.16 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure and its temperature is increased by 1 Kelvin, then it will absorb 0.0821 decimeter cube atmosphere of energy. Decimeter cube atmosphere is the unit of energy in this situation. Hence, the value of R is a universal parameter for all the gases. It tells us that the Avogadro's number of molecules of all the ideal gases have same demand of energy. If the pressure is expressed in millimeter of mercury or torr and the volume of the gas in centimeter cube, then values of R are. That is, R is equal to 0.0821 decimeter cube atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. 0.0821 into 760 decimeter cube millimeter mercury per Kelvin per mole becomes equal to 62.4 decimeter cube millimeter mercury per Kelvin per mole. Here we know that 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeter mercury. Since 1 millimeter of mercury is equal to 1 torr, then value of R becomes equal to 62.4 decimeter cube torr per Kelvin per mole. Here 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. 62400 centimeter cube torr per Kelvin per mole, as 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. Volume of gas 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So value of R becomes equal to 62400 centimeter cube torr per Kelvin per mole. Value of R in SI units. Using SI units of pressure, volume and temperature in the general gas equation, The value of R is calculated as follows. The SI units of pressure are Newton per meter square and volume are meter cube. By using Avogadro's principle, 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 760 torr, that is equal to 101,325 Newton per meter square. 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 decimeter cube. Number of moles N is equal to 1 mole, and temperature of the gas T is equal to 273.16 Kelvin. Pressure of the gas is equal to 1 atmosphere and its value in SI unit is equal to 101,325 Newton per meter square. And the volume of gas 22.414 decimeter cube is equal to 0.022414 meter cube in SI units. Putting their values along with units, R is equal to PV over NT. Here we are putting the values of pressure, volume, number of moles and temperature of the gas. By putting the value of pressure P, that is equal to 101,325 Newton per meter square, and the volume of the gas 0.022414 meter cube, and number of moles of the gas 1 mole, and the temperature of the gas, that is 273 Kelvin. The value of R becomes equal to 8.3143 Newton meter per Kelvin per mole. As we know that 1 Newton meter is equal to 1 joule. The value of R becomes equal to 8.3143 joules per Kelvin per mole. Since 1 Kelvin is equal to 4.18 joules. For converting the value of R in calories, we have to divide 8.3143 by 4.18, and the value of R becomes equal to 1.989 calories per Kelvin per mole. Keep in mind that wherever the pressure is given in Newton per meter square and the volume in meter cube, then the value of R used must be 8.3143 joules per Kelvin per mole. Value of R in Earths. We know 1 joule is equal to 10 raised to power 7 Earths. R is equal to 8.3143 joules per Kelvin per mole. R becomes equal to 8.3143 into 10 raised to power 7 Earths per Kelvin per mole. Recapitulation of today's lesson. We have learned about scales of thermometry in today's lesson. That is the 3 main scales of thermometry, that is Celsius or centigrade scale, secondly Fahrenheit scale, and third one is the Kelvin scale or absolute scale of temperature. We learned about Avogadro's law, that is, volume of the given mass of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles of the gas at constant temperature and pressure. Or it can be also defined as equal volume of the gases contains equal number of molecules at STP. Derivation of ideal gas equation. In today's lesson, we derive ideal gas equation from these three gas laws, that is Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro's law. Applications of ideal gas equation. We also calculate the values of R in today's lesson in common units and also in SI units.
Dear students, assignments about today's lesson. Convert 40 degree into Fahrenheit. Convert 231 Kelvin into Celsius. Convert 50 Fahrenheit into Kelvin and calculate the value of R in SI units. By using general gas equation and scales of thermometry, you can solve these assignments.